Hello and welcome to Precious Memory Box's Junk Journaling. My name is Bobby and today we are going to work on creating our journal for the devotional I'm working through from By the Well for God. This is their March kit, Silent Voices, and they had some beautiful fabric that went along with it. It was a fat quarter and I used part of it for something else I created, but I wanted to use this part as part of this cover for this journal. And so it's got two of the beautiful little birds on it. So I've got that piece there that we'll be using. Then I want to use this paper sack, and we're going to trim off a little bit of this excess here and then glue it down, and then we will fold it over and cover it with paper. So most likely I'm leaning towards this pink paper here that really goes well. We'll have to decide. We've got the pink, so we've got the pink, or we've got this one here that kind of has a transition of colors. So either one would probably look really good on the cover. So we will decide that here shortly. And then I have some other papers and that we can use along with it too. So let's go ahead and let me grab my trimmer and we'll get started. I want to trim a little bit of this at the bottom where the bag folds. I went ahead and just kind of pulled that apart, and then but I want to cut some of that off and then glue it down. So let me run this through here. And let's see, I'll have to do it the other way with the hands. I haven't decided yet if we're going to use the handles or not use the handles. I have used them on other journals, but not all of them. Okay, so let's decide. I'm thinking maybe an inch would be good. So let me line that up at the top on an inch. And we'll go ahead and cut that off. All right, there we go. All right, let's glue this together. Now I'm going to use my glue stick for some of this. I also have this Line Co glue that I'm going to use. But you can use any, whatever your favorite adhesive is to use. Go ahead and use that. I'm going to glue this part down here. Okay. Sorry if my table is shaking a little bit. I'm going to have to try to find something to put on the legs of it to keep it from shaking the desk. It's one of those desks that will go up and down, and it makes it a little wobbly because of that. Okay. All right, so this will be the inside of our journal, and then this is going to be the outside. I want to go ahead, I'll use a little bit stronger glue, I think, here to glue this closed. You could leave it open as a pocket if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and just glue it closed. All right, there we go. All right. I will be completely all sticky by the time we get done because I did not bring anything in here with me to keep me from getting sticky. Uh-oh, I used way too much glue there. That glue comes out really fast. So, got one of these little silicone brushes. We'll use that so we don't waste all that glue. There we go. All right. Nice thing about these silicone brushes is you can wipe them off, or you can also let it, whatever it is, like if it's paint or something, dry on there, and then it'll just peel off. So I like that about those. Okay, so let's see what the height of our journal is going to be. Where's my ruler? I had it a moment ago. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So the height of our journal is going to be right at 8 inches tall. And then the width of it right here is going to be right at 6 inches. Okay, so 8 by 6, just a tad over 8. You might say 6 1/4. Yeah, we'll say 6 1/4. So we're going to need, we may have to put some lace on here, because if we do 6 1/4, then we need 12.5 inches to go around it. So we may, on the edges, just leave a little bit, and we'll add something to the border to cover that up. So, all right. And let me double check that one more time. Yeah, that's right at 8. So that will be good. All right. So let's go ahead. It doesn't matter which papers we cut down. Here, we'll cut them all. We'll cut this one. I'm really leaning towards this one for the cover, just because of the purple on the little bird there. And this kind of pulls in the greens and the pink. So I think we're going to go with this one. All right, so let's grab our trimmer. And let's see if that's bigger. Yeah, okay. This doesn't have the perforated line on the paper. So we'll start here. And let's see, I need to think about which way we want this to go. So this will be on the front. So really, all we need to cut off is this white paper here. And we're just going to line that up the best we can. If it's a little short, it's okay, because we can come back and use some lace or something else to help us cover up where that's not going to completely cover our journal. Okay, so now we need to turn it this direction, and we need to cut it at 8. I'm going to go slightly over, just to make sure I've got enough. And I can trim that off, so I'm doing 8 1/4 on that as well. Okay, and we'll hold on to this. Okay. There we go. All right. And let's see, let's grab our journal. I've also got some tea stain dyed papers that I brought. So this will end up being the cover of our journal. And then this will be the back. And it's just ever so slightly going to be short. So I think what we will do is we're going to line it up for the front. And let me think about this. So this is what we want to be here. So you've got to turn it this way. Okay. Sometimes I have to walk that through my own brain sometimes. Okay. So I'm going to put glue on the paper here. I'll use my silicone brush to help me spread it out. You could use your glue stick. I don't know if it's where we live at or what it is, but glue stick doesn't seem to last long to me. Like it works for a while, but like projects I've done, a year or so ago, the glue stick actually has like dried out. So I don't know if it's because our climate's too dry. I'm just not sure. Let me grab, I've got a sticky mat here. Let me grab it and put it under here to help keep me from getting glue everywhere. Okay, and slide it here a little bit so I can get more on this edge. There we go. As you can tell, I'm left-handed and it wasn't working with my right hand. Okay, set this aside. Let's take our bag. I'm gonna line it up more on the front than the back. I will still cover both sides with some type of trim when we get done, but I'd rather the front cover be lined up more. And I am going to take it just to the edge because I kind of like to see the exposed edges, especially if it's craft. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of that to trim off. That's fine. I'm just going to rub this real good. Okay, and then we are going to just slowly fold it over. Okay, and we're going to crease it where we want our spine to be. There we go. All right, now we have to decide. Let me go ahead and pull this off of here. Okay. There we go. We have to decide if we want to keep this whole and make it look like a wraparound, okay? Or if we want to cut it into 2 panels. And I'm just not sure. Just not sure how I want to do it. I want them to be even, so they probably would be more even and centered if we cut them or tear them. So I'm thinking maybe cut right here on this one. Okay. There we go. And I like the frayed edges, so we're going to leave that. Okay, so this will be our front panel. Oh, I really like that. Let that fray a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take so that they're somewhat even and kind of lay this on top and maybe snip on each side of this so we know where we want to cut to keep them somewhat the same. Okay, so that'll be our front bird. This one will be our back bird. Keep those little pieces. You can use them on little bow clips, or if you want to make if we want to line the edge of a page, we can make a ruffle. Okay, so there's our other little bird. Perfect. All right, so this one is going to go on the cover. I need to decide, let's see, I have a stencil here. So I need to decide if I want any, just something on the background. You know, even though it may just be peeking out. I like the stencil. It came with the kit. I'm just trying to decide if it would look good just to do a portion of it. And this one we're going to put here. We'll trim some of these off, and then we're going to, on both sides, run some type of trim up along those. Okay, so let me cut some of these off. That's a little too much fraying there. A little too long, should I say. Okay, and we'll get a little bit of this off. There we go. Yes, I'm still debating. Do I want to add the butterfly under there? I think I do. I'm just wondering if it would look good in a brown, like a vintage brown, because there are some brown tones in the material. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just in little places, I'm going to add some stenciling just so it's poking out. And let's see what colors I have here. I do have pink flamingo, and let's see what other color. I have a frayed burlap, but that's not, more of a greenish brown. We don't want that. Let's see what other colors. I have my vintage photo, and I have the blue stormy sky. So let's go with vintage photo. And we're just going to try to do this lightly. I don't want it to be, oh, look what I did there. I don't want it to be heavy. And you won't see all of this because, of course, the bird will be covering it. But I am going to go ahead and try to get all the butterfly just in case. Okay, let's take a look there. Yeah, see, you don't really see much of it, but there's a little something there that way. Okay, maybe we'll do a little bit of the flower down here. All right, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of this branch or leaves, whatever it's supposed to be, up here. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Okay, I'm going to go around here and just see if I can fray the edges a little bit without having all the long strings. We'll just cut them off, but have a little bit of frayed edge. There we go. Okay. All right, I think I like that. That stenciling just barely peeks out, but I like that. But I could come back later and maybe put, you know, if I don't like it in the end, I could add some trim around the bird too. But I think I really like it. I'm going to fray this just a little bit more, just so you can see that. And the rest of it I think looks good. All right, we are going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to try, let's see, where's my sticky mat thing? There it is. Okay. Try to spread this out with my silicone spreader there. See how that works. That works pretty good. Okay. Gonna try not to get too much on there so that it, soaks through the fabric too heavily. But we want to get enough that our edges will stay down. Let me put just a little bit on the edges. There we go. Okay. Let's move that. And do I have the right bird? Oh no, I've got the wrong bird. That one goes on the back. I looked over here and I thought, wait a minute, isn't that the bird I want on the front? Yep, this is the bird I want on the front. Let me fray a little bit of the bottom real quick before all that glue dries. Maybe what we'll do is let me add a little stenciling to the back before my glue dries there. And I wonder, I bet I don't have another padding to change my color, but we'll just go ahead and use the brown, the vintage photo, and we'll somewhat do the same. Maybe let's do the butterfly down here. We'll mix it up a little bit. Okay, and maybe we can do part of the flower here. Okay, there we go. All right, and let's go ahead and put this down on the back because we've got more purple on our back. I'm just going to try to center it, press out all the wrinkles. This is really good quality material, so that really helps as far as the glue seeping through. All right, there we go. All right, now let me do this one here. Make sure we have enough fraying that we want on the bottom. There we go. Do a little bit here up the side. And I think we'll be ready. Okay. So let's turn that over. Add some glue. Just going to do some lines. Let the spreader work for me. Okay. So I think today we'll get most of the cover done and maybe try to cut our signature pages out. And then next time when I come back, we will, I'll probably go ahead and sew in the signature. If somebody needs to know how to sew in a signature, just let me know and I can link a video below. Okay, so here's our front little bird. We're just going to center him the best we can. I know we're covering up some of our stenciling, but that's okay. So there's a little glue right here, but I probably will put a little something on the spine, so that will probably cover up that glue, or it should dry clear. Okay, I'm loving that. So we've got that there. So that's our front and our back. There we go. And again, we'll put something on the border there, find something that helps pull out some of the colors in this paper. Kind of an ombre effect on the paper. All right, let's look at our pages we want to use for our signature. Let me move all these over here out of the way. And let me remind myself again real quick. I believe it was about 8 1/4. And the inside is, yeah, it's going to be like 12. We're going to cut it at 12 because it's probably about 12 1/2. So we'll cut it at 12, maybe even 11 1/2. I think I'll do 11 1/2, and then we'll do 11 1/2 by 7 1/2 to make our pages a little shorter. We will also find some paper to put on the inside here, and that's not wide enough, so we'll have to pick one of these that we have and maybe add it to the inside. So I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that down to 8, since we wanted to cover from top to the bottom. Either direction we go is fine. Didn't get that quite at the top, but that's okay. We'll snip it here. That'll be fine. Okay. All right. Let's glue this on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and let it lap over on the top, and I will come back and trim that off. Then I like the edge showing, so I probably will just ink that and let that edge show. So let's go ahead and put our glue on here. You could use whatever type of glue you prefer. I just want something that will last and is not going to come apart in a year or so. Doing that right along the edges. Pull this down since we're going to have a little lap over at the top, and that'll be okay. And the reason I like to smooth this out is because sometimes you get bubbles under your paper if you don't have a glue that's smooth. Okay, let's turn this over. We're going to line it up. We got a little bit of on each end. So we'll just try to center that the best we can. Okay. We're going to cover that. It's okay if it's a little off. the nice thing about creating things is you can always cover up, you know, you could use washi tape, you can use trim like we're planning on doing. You know, it can always be covered up if you have some area that you don't have enough paper for, or you make a mistake. Okay, so there's the inside, and we'll just gently fold that again. There we go. All right. Now I think I'm not sure if we're going to cut these off, but last time I used these as part of the closure in another journal I did, so we may keep those. All right, let's pick some papers to go in our journal. So I didn't buy the paper from the kit, but I do have some vintage papers here that we can use, and I have more scrapbook paper. And then I also have some cardstock there. So let's decide how we want to trim this up. So we decided, and I'm torn because I like the holes here, but I also like the patina on this edge. So I'm wondering if we could save this somehow. Let me look here. We'll have to trim it down lengthwise. I mean, this way. But I'm wondering if we could, I think we can get away with just folding this over and using that as a tuck spot and not having to cut that off there. So let's fold that over. Okay. And we'll make that a tuck spot. And then we'll just trim down the excess on the top. So let's do 7.5 first to see how we like that. Okay. Well, where'd my thing go? There it is. Okay. So we're going to go to 7.5 here. Okay. Make sure that's lined up at the top. There we go. We can save that for stamping words on. All right, let's see how that fits in our journal again. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So 7.5 is the perfect width there. And let me line this paper up a little bit. It's kind of out of whack there. So let me reline it up. There we go. All right. So we've got that beautiful piece of paper there. We've got these papers here. And so 7.5 tall. And again, these are going to fit fine this direction. So let's go 7.5 tall. Your papers don't have to all be the same length, so that is fine too, however you want them to be. You can have some shorter, smaller. You can have them sticking out of your journal, you know, however you like. I kind of like a little bit of all of it, but this one I think I want all the pages inside the journal. Okay. This is some tea stain dyed paper that I made myself. All right, so this one we're going to have to cut down to, again, 7.5. There we go. All right, and let me grab a couple more sheets here. That one looks like it's going to be too tall. Let me check here. It's just about the same size. Okay. Let's see what else I can grab out of here real quick that we can use. How about this pink? It's a little bit different than the pink from the other book. Okay. And let's see, do we want a green? We've got a blue. We've got, let's take this one, see if we can cut it down to the right. I like that it's got like a little yellowish orange in it, which there is some yellow and orange in our book here. Okay, so I'm going to trim off this little piece right here, and then we'll measure it out at 7.5. Let's see. Try to decide. Make sure I'm going the proper direction. Okay. So 7.5. I gotta turn this around. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, we've got that one. Let's do this one at 7.5. Okay. Let's see how many pages that gives us. All right, so we can intermix these with each other. I think I want this one to be here, and maybe this one, we'll switch it and have it here. Okay. Some of these, let's see if these are too long. Nope, they're okay. All right. Let's go ahead and fold these, and we'll figure out how many pieces of paper we need. Now I think I'll keep the white on this and maybe stencil, add some material. You know, we'll do some different stuff on the white panels. Maybe okay, here we go. There we go. And we'll fold this one like this. There's some writing on the back. That's neat. Okay. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have folded that the other direction. 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7, 8. We'll go ahead and do that one that way. Then we've got 9, 10, and 11, 12. So we need one more piece of paper in here. So let me grab one more. We'll cut it down and we'll have our 14 pages that we need. I'm going to grab something out of our other book here real quick. Okay, I'm thinking maybe this piece here. Got a little green, a little pink, a little bit of everything in there. All right. Okay, let me think about which way we need to cut this. We need to go this direction. We're going to go to 7.5. There we go. All right. Here we go. Kind of got a little mess going here, but that's okay. And I even like the hole in it. I'm going to leave that hole in it. And so I need it to fold this way. You know what? We could have tore that off with the perforation, but I like it. I'm just going to leave it. All right, there we go. There are our pages for our journal. Our signature. And I'm going to go ahead off camera and I will sew this in. And then next time when we come back, I will probably just do a flip through for you of how I finished up the journal and did my devotional study in it, and just show you all the little things I added to it. So this is the base for our journal, and like I said, next time I'll come back, this will all be sewn in, and I'll have most of all the decoration on it so that you guys can see how I worked through the devotional. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys will follow along. And later this upcoming week, I have a haul for you from Mr. Penn. They were kind enough to send me some items for review, so I'll have those to share with you. And then I have something super fun coming, but it'll probably be a week to 10 days before it arrives that I'll want to share with you. So don't forget to watch me over on Pink Monarch Prints too. I'm also one of their guest designers over there, so I do a few videos a month for them. And I hope that you'll like, comment, and subscribe. Help my channel grow. And as it grows, I probably will be able to spend more time crafting. I do work full time, so it's hard sometimes to get in my crafty time. But I do love it, I do enjoy it, and I enjoy sharing it with others. So thank you for watching today, and have a wonderful day. Bye.